Okay, here we are. I started splitting the case, and hopefully I didn't destroy anything, because everywhere I say it or read, it says I have to take the clutch off. I've only separated it just by a hair from the other side. Basically using one of these tools, and there's already tapped areas for bolts to go in, so I found the right size thread, pitch, and all that kind of stuff, and got some bolts to put on this for this. And I guess there's some, everywhere I'm reading it says you split it from this side, but I've watched you can split it from the other side. So I'm wondering, why do I have to take all this apart? Hopefully there isn't a bolt holding that together underneath this. So I'm going to take this apart and just check everything, and I'll just remove it all. It's all clean. That's why I didn't really want to disassemble this whole thing, because there's nothing wrong in here. It looks really good. So hopefully I didn't destroy this thing already. So since I didn't show the other side, I'll show this side. I'm removing, had to use a impact wrench or drive to start these going, and I'm just going kind of in a crisscross pattern. There's springs under here, and I guess I can at least go ahead and check, make sure everything's in specification on this motor here, or this engine. And that's what I'm doing now. And then this plate will come off, and all the clutch plates will come out too. I'm gonna put everything in a bag. I got a couple of Ziploc bags here. So I got those screws and springs in the bag already, and I think this plate just comes right off like that. And then we have, we're gonna have to take that off too. And these plates come right out, and there's spacers in between, so I can check these too, make sure they're good. Yeah, so what I'm finding is there's like a rubber gasket in between each layer. There's another rubber gasket right here, so there are different thicknesses, so I think they might be the same, but keep them in order. So they say this is a 17mm bolt right here, or nut, and oh, there's a little pin inside. I guess I'll take that out and put that with everything. I guess there's a clutch holding tool, and you can take this off, and I'm just going to try my impact wrench right here and see what happens. See if the whole thing doesn't spin around or whatever. I guess not. Alrighty. Yeah, it's still tight. So in a pinch, I just used one of these, one of these kind of ratchet straps here, and my impact wrench, and that nut came right loose. It's really weird. It seems like maybe this was totally rebuilt. Because it's super clean. It's a 1974 DT. So there's spacers in here after I pulled this part off, and there's a washer and a nut. So I'm going to keep these stacked up together. Just like that, pretty much, and put it in a safe spot. Right here. Good. I got to take all this stuff apart now. There's this thing that comes out. So I'm just wondering, like, is that screw holding the motor together? I was looking for other bolts under here. It looks like somebody may have wrenched on that at one point. I can kind of see. Maybe this was, because it smells like it's brand new oil or something. Or assembly lube, or there wasn't any oil in this when I opened it up. It looked like brand new, fresh. Very interesting. interesting. I don't think I have to take all this stuff apart. This is the way it goes, though. I'm recording it so I have it later. A couple snap rings here. We got this spring that comes off. Hit like that. It's all one thing. But yeah, it does look like somebody wrenched on that at one point. If you look real close. This has been cleaned up on this side. Yeah, so got my shadow going on. I'm gonna try to take this nut off, or yeah, nut off with the impact. Oops, that's not good. That is not good. Alright. So one of these strap wrenches really comes in handy. I was able to get this one too with this on here. So we have that gear. Took the nut off. There's a washer in here. So I'm going to pull this stuff apart. Make sure there's not any, there's a little counter or woodruff key or whatever you call it right here. I'm going to have to save all that together. So I guess I need to take this little retainer out. I use this impact wrench. I've got one of those JIS screwdrivers that has the impact built in. But they don't seem to work. The impact part doesn't work very well. So this is like a retainer thing. Jeez, and I could tell somebody was working on this before. That's why it was all clean. I wonder. Yeah, I got it back from the guy when it was halfway done. I guess. That's all taken apart. You got the shifter stuff here, or whatever. Just want to make sure I get all that. And this just pulls. This just pulls right out. Okay, that might be why. Whoa! All right, spring lost in shop. So get that. So basically, I don't believe I have to. None of these screws are deep enough going in. I don't know. Maybe this has something. I don't know. I don't think I have to take that apart. I might do it anyways, but I don't think you have to disassemble on this particular motor, the 1974 DT100 Yamaha. I don't think you have to take this side apart before taking the other side apart. We're gonna find out. Here we are on the other side. I've got my puller set up again because all the manuals say do it from the other side. But I watched this one guy. It's a cool channel. He knows how to build all sorts of things. But he made a tool to do this. But you can just go to, most car shops or like AutoZone or whatever. They have it. So this is going to hold you up right here. This bushing for the motor. But we're separating it right now. And what he does, once you get enough space opened up, takes a rubber mallet and hits it really good. And we got a rubber mallet right here. And I'm going to be working on this. I bet I could clamp it. Use a C clamp. We'll keep moving right along here. Hopefully we're going to be all right. This is the first case I've split, and I started this project like years ago. I forgot how many years it is. Started with the first initial tear down, and so at this point I think I'm going to use a C clamp right here and push this down so this opens up this side right here. So on those motor mounts that worked. This side's popped open now. So that's going to move that, pull that bushing out one way or another. And here we go. We're going to split this. We'll see what happens here. I think the other thing that's going to hold me up is that. I'll give it a couple pops with this. Got some space going on here. We're getting there. You basically understand what I'm doing here. We got some hold up again over this way, so that C-clamp method is going to happen again. So I'll show you how this goes. I'm this far again. Wonder if the inside, I'm going for this crank area, so it's like, here we go. I'm not applying a lot of pressure, and this is holding me up, and same with that other. There we go, we're almost got it. I'll have to take this off pretty soon. I think we do have it almost pretty much. Crank this a little bit more. Still got that stuck in there a bit. This mount part is off. That's interesting. So I don't want to tap that through. Do the C-clamp one more time. Okay, the big reveal. Are you coming out? Oh, that's gonna be stuck. Alright, here we go. I think this back area looks fine. It's just all the cylinder area that was exposed to the elements. All this looks beautiful in here as far as I can tell right off the bat. I don't need to take any of that apart. I'm gonna clean out some of that crap right there, but this whole this whole thing needs to be cleaned up. It's really bad. It's not, yeah, it doesn't look great. So that was the whole deal, is to get into here to get to this crank. I'm gonna set this down for a second here and see what this is all about. Does this pull right out? These bearings, I don't know. No, they're not good. I gotta replace. I gotta work on this whole thing, and that's where we are. Then we can rebuild the whole thing. Yeah, so I had to remove the clutch actually to be able to use this side for the puller. This is the other side of the crank. I'm gonna try to pop this out. Yeah, this will push this one right out. Now we get to see. I might have to take this to the machine shop. I don't know, for cleanup, have it cleaned up correctly. I'll try to clean it as much as I can myself. Oh, there it goes. It's out. So, let's look at this other side here. Here's my crank. It needs to be cleaned up. New bearings. For sure. And I got the center one already. There's a bearing down in here. I might take this to the machine shop and just have them do it. And I don't know, I'll ask them what they think. I don't want to lose these gears. Ask them what they think about this. Looks well. I'll try to clean this up myself. Here we go. So I just covered up the gears over here and just used a little bit of brake parts fluid. The brake parts cleaner. It's cleaned up pretty good. So we'll just take that crank in. I've got another, I should get the bearings and everything for them and just have them redo it for me professionally. They've got all the specs. They're really good.